Yo, what up, man? Chris, I'm about checking back in, man. Back with the blog, man. Make sure that like button, that subscribe button on your way in, man. I appreciate all the support, man. Just wanted to talk about this whole Young Thug and Lucci situation. This joint crazy, bro. This joint really crazy. This is a 56 count indictment, bro. That they saying the Fed spent 8 years putting together, man. 8 years putting together. They got Young Thug on a rental that he on a car that he rented for that was used in a murder. They got him trying to say that maybe he might have authorized a hit on Lucci. You know, Lucci was just saying he got stabbed up in jail or whatever. Fulton County, for a lot of y'all don't know, Fulton County is basically Atlanta. Like it's the downtown Atlanta. So and it's one of the it's rough down there, bro. It's rough and it's real small. It's like I mean it's a big jail, but they like the quarters are very very close. You know what I'm saying? So um, this is crazy, bro. And they got him on a RICO charges. Let me tell you about them RICO charges. Them gang related charges. They hard to beat. They are very very hard to beat. They definitely hard to take to trial because this is the thing. You can have charges, and then you can have gang charges on top of the other charges, right? Like you might have murder and robbery and all that, and then they tack on all this gang stuff, and then they put you in front of a jury, and then they just make the jury feel like you terrorizing the community, like you authorizing hits and you committing this crime and committing that crime and you beating up people and you robbing, and imagine a suburban white dude hearing the word gang. Like that's hard for them to get over. And when they start talking about putting out hits and doing all that, like it just got a bad connotation to it, man. Like a lot of people tell you two things you don't want when you're in jail. One, you don't want a co-defendant. You don't want a co-defendant at all. You don't want nobody on your case but you. You don't want to be worried about what this nigga is over saying in a jail cell way across the other building. And you do not want RICO charges, bro. You do not want gang related charges. That's already can get you some time just on top of that. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to beat because a lot of these dudes get tattooed. And what happens is when you first get locked up, they take all these pictures of your neck, pictures of your back, take off your shirt, do all this. And then those pictures, all these little crowns and all this little stuff that all these Bloods and Crips and all these people get, they just connect it to other gang members in the jail. So you can't even come to jail and act like, yo, I got a crown because I always thought I was a king. If they associate a crown to like a blood or something or some type of gang, that crown is gonna haunt you and you automatically get hit with gang charges, bro. You get hit with gang charges, gang affiliation just on your tattoos. That's just how serious it is. They take a picture of your tattoos, all these teardrops on their eyes and all this other stuff. They take pictures of your tattoos, connect them to other known gang members' tattoos, and they link you together and hit you with gang charges. That is what goes on in Atlanta. I can't speak for nobody else. As far as like the hit and everything, they say that Thug authorized or whatever. I don't really know much about that. So I ain't gonna really speak on whether or not that's true or not. I really don't even know the history of Thug and Lucci as far as like they be going that deep to where one would want the other person dead and all that. But this gang stuff is crazy, bro. It's crazy in jail. Cause this is the way jail is. You go in there, it's hard to be a civilian. Like when I was locked up, it's hard to be just like a regular dude that you're not Muslim, you're not a blood, you're not a Crip. You just regular. So you don't really got no protection. So you come in there, you keep your head low, your eyes, straight forward, and you mind your own business. That's your key to surviving in jail. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what you own. Don't try to like gamble. Don't try to do nothing. Niggas be trying to gamble you for like commissary, for like money on the phone, all kind of stuff, man, because niggas don't want to pay up. And all they do is create arguments, and arguments create you getting beat up and jumped. You know what I'm saying? God forbid you gamble and even act like you don't want to pay us. No niggas be on your helmet. And in jail, the way the gang stuff is broke down, at least in Atlanta, and it's probably like this a lot of places. If you Muslim, you got a lot of protection in jail. A lot of people convert to Islam in jail. A lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people convert to Islam. It's supposed to be about peace. It's supposed to be about unity. It's supposed to be about uplifting your brother. But in jail, it's probably like that on the street. You know what I'm saying? But in jail, it's kind of ran like a gang. Like you kind of have people that's kind of like, we about peace or whatever. Don't get me wrong. And they real big on praying. So they gonna pray. You know, they few times a day. They gonna wake up early in the morning and pray. They gonna fast during Ramadan and all that kind of stuff. But then you still got like fake Islam or Muslim people that be sneaking and eating commissary even in the middle of Ramadan and all kind of stuff. Some people just do it. Honestly, bro, it's deep because people just join it for protection. That's the only reason why they join it. It's just for protection. They'll come in as a blood. They'll be on a case with another nigga. The dude is like, oh, so and so is snitching. All the Bloods realize that you're snitching, and then they want to get you jumped. So when they find out what cell you in, they start putting hits out on you, start trying to get you beat up and jump. The way you protect yourself is, you know, the Bloods ain't gonna protect you because the word is you a snitch, and you all the way over here on this cell. So what they do is they find out where you at through kites. They send messages throughout the jail and stuff, and they find out where you are. And they'll find out, let's see you in medical or dental or whatever, and they'll be like, oh, this where you at. So they find out where you at. Then they find out somebody that's over there, and they start putting hits out for you, sending through kites like, yo, you need to get this nigga in room over here, so-and-so, so-and-so. So you got hits being put out on you as a blood that you don't even know. That niggas is on your helmet that you don't even know is on your helmet. So what they end up doing is they convert to Islam. So you have all these Islamic gang members that's converted to be Muslim, but they really still have a gang mentality. So in their mind, they real extra, still want to fight, still turned up, still this. They not really like real Muslims. They not really big into praying, really big into reading the Quran, and real big into doing that. They do it because you get called out if you like a fake Muslim. Like if you ain't really praying and stuff like that, you get called out. So you got to go through the motion, but you still have you not on that peace stuff like they are. Like the real Muslims, they own peace. They ain't trying to fight. They trying to break stuff up. But it's so many gang members that convert over to Islam that it turns the Islam into a gang. And the only way, remember, they feel like you snitching on the case and all them Bloods trying to get on your helmet. You just convert to Islam and then you get the protection of Islam. So the Muslims normally have more people in the pod than the Bloods do. So now you outnumber the Bloods, and it's kind of like that gives you your protection. But somebody like Lucci, man, just hearing that it's a hit out on him and everything, bro, they got that man in protective custody, bro. If you are in protective custody, it is a miserable time in the county. It's miserable. You by yourself, you eat by yourself, you get a phone by yourself, they sticking food through the trap, you have no public association, no playing cards, no kicking it with niggas, no watching sports with niggas, watching TV, watching movies, no nothing, bro. It's just like solitary confinement, 23-1. You come out 1 hour, get on the phone, get in the shower, and that's it. Maybe exercise, run around the pod, do some push-ups, run up the steps. That is it. That is your life. You know what I'm saying? And this, I mean, you gotta imagine, bro, this is a dude that literally was on tour making hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not, into the millions, and his life just like this with that whole little murder charge he got. Lucci life just turned upside down. Nigga don't have zero freedom now. Now he didn't came to jail. He like a hood celebrity. I mean, he was a celebrity anyway, but like he's a hood celebrity. But he probably did his dirt on the street and got in jail, and he lost all his protection. You know what I'm saying? Don't have protection like that. And now Thug locked up on this 56 count indictment. He finna be in the same thing. He finna be in solitary confinement. He finna keep him away from Lucci. He finna keep him away. He a celebrity, so they ain't gonna let him in the regular population because of the whole gang charges and everything. And bro, these niggas, I hate to say niggas is guilty before they guilty. I don't never be on that type shit. But Feds is definitely a case that's harder to beat than regular criminal charges. And to read that they've been building this case for 8 years based on the rental car that Young Thug had, and to finally arrest him on a 56 count indictment, bro. It's like, damn, I can beat some of the charges. How the hell am I gonna beat a 56 count indictment? I might be able to beat 30 of them. I still got 26 more counts. And I know they trumped up. I know that's what they do. They trump up all kind of stuff. But this is where your loyalty is tested. They arrested, this thing like what they said, they arrested 26 or 28 people. Thug, Gunna, another 26. Niggas finna start singing, bro. Niggas is finna start singing Trust and Believe, trying to save they tail. That is exactly what's finna go on. I did that blog when I first got out of jail. I said, there's a little bit of Adi Boom in everybody. And what I meant by that is it wasn't a shot at Adi Boom. It was at the end of the day, you're going to do what you got to do to save yourself. I don't care what nobody say. You come in on that gang stuff, we this, we that. You start off in jail, you get your protection, but you realize the only nigga that's putting money on your books is your mama or your baby mama or your girl. The only nigga that's bringing your kid to see you is your baby mama. The only person that's really setting up visits, coming to court, all that, your baby mama. It's literally bloods in jail cannot get no food from other bloods. And all that gang stuff starts to go out the window. The longer you in jail, you start realizing, what am I doing this for? What am I doing all this gang stuff for? The other thing you realize is that the bloods that you were in there with that bonded out or their case ended and they went home never reached back out to you in jail and looked out. And when you was in jail, it was like, oh, this blood shit. That's all it was. Throwing up C's, throwing up B's, all this kind of stuff, throwing up all this different stuff. That's what it was when you was locked up. The minute you get out, or the minute they get out, these niggas forget about you. It's family when you locked up. You get out, niggas don't care about you no more. And that's when they hit that really the only people you really got is your family. And that's why at the end of the day, as these cases get drawn out, because they always get drawn out, and they drawing you out so you can get tired of jail and you can start singing. That's what they want you to do. They want you to sit in jail for so long that you run out of money, you start being hungry all the time, you can't get on the phone like you want to, and you start being distressed over what's going on, and then you start turning on niggas, bro. And they put you on one side of the jail and your co-defendant on the other side of jail, and you go to court separate from him. Y'all go on the same day, but y'all be in different holding tanks. Y'all go in front of the judge with different people in most cases. So you never really know what he's saying or what his lawyer is saying, and vice versa. So it's always a wondering like, damn, I wonder what he said. I want to take a plea, but he don't. Or I want to go to trial, but he's trying to take a plea. In order for him to take a plea, he got to be telling. But I don't want to take a plea. And then only way you know what's going on is the lawyer is telling you, yo, that nigga over there singing. You better save yourself. You hear that shit a million times, you start losing your mind. You start trying to get this nigga knocked off in jail. So I could talk about jail all day long, bro. Like them 2 years felt like 10. I keep it real with you, man. But it's just wild, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. And subscribe to the channel, man. Holla at your boy.